So you may not have heard of the name payload before, but don't worry. A payload is simply another name for a computer virus or a Trojan. So what does it do, you may be asking? Well, I've got the perfect story to explain it to you. Have you heard of the story of the Trojan horse? What basically happened was soldiers entered a large wooden horse to get through the gates of Troy without anyone noticing. Once they were in, they managed to open their gates for more soldiers to come in and successfully burnt down the city. This is exactly what a payload does. It plays off as a harmless file you download off the internet, but once you open it, it gives the hackers access to your camera, microphone, the ability to transfer, delete, or download files off your computer, and even a live view of your screen.
Now it's time for a demonstration to show you what all somebody can do once they have a payload or a virus in your computer. Well, first off, they can see through your webcam with just one command. See how easy that was? I can see through my target's webcam by just typing 2 words in the terminal. Apart from that, they can also see your entire screen. This means that if you do anything, they will be able to see it. For example, over here, if I open an application such as Microsoft Edge, it would be visible to them. Next up, I'm going to cover something that is used by every hacker, or almost every hacker, and that's called keylogging. What they can do here is that they can monitor every single thing that you type into your keyboard. This might sound a little useless at first, but trust me, it's very dangerous. So I've started the key scan. Now let's say on my target machine, my target goes to facebook.com. After that, they want to log into their account, so they enter in their credentials. And with that, if they type another command into the terminal, they would be able to see exactly what you have typed. So if you look into this carefully, first they can see my email ID, which is arushnath28@gmail.com. After that, they can also see the password that I would have entered, which in this case I entered arush@1234556, which is obviously not my password, but this is a demonstration just as an example. So they can do all kinds of dangerous things like this. They can also take a mic recording. They can delete files from your computer, but we won't be covering all of it since there's lots of things they can do. A lot of dangerous things they can do once they have a payload into your computer. And that is why Mihir will be telling you how you can prevent downloading a payload over the internet.
Whoa, now those are some dangerous files right there. Don't worry, there's lots of ways to keep yourself safe. The first and most obvious way to stay safe is just not download these suspicious files in the first place. But I know, there's lots of situations where you might have to download files from, let's just say, less than secure websites. And it's really hard to distinguish between a suspicious file and a normal file, especially if it's hidden well. So what are some signs that a file you've downloaded is a payload or not? Well, one of the first signs to look for is if your device is acting unreasonably slower. And I don't just mean like a small drop in performance. I'm talking about huge drops in performance. The change also has to be sudden. Like one day the device is working fine, and then the very next day, after downloading a couple files, it gets a lot slower. In that case, the best move would be to delete all the files you downloaded in the past week. Another easy way to stay safe is just to have a simple antivirus running in your computer. Most incredibly malicious softwares, like the one demonstrated, are really easy to detect using antiviruses, keeping you safe from most malicious softwares. Notice how I said most, not all. In the worst case scenario, your computer has been completely salvaged by a virus. The best option is just to hard reset your device. You might be worried because you've lost all your data, but that's where my next tip comes in, and that's to back up all your files. Let's assume in the same worst case scenario that all your important files have been deleted, but you have an online backup of all of them, keeping your data safe. Seriously, you need to back up your files. In fact, I want you, right now after watching this video, to go back up all your files to some cloud software like Google Drive or OneDrive. I cannot overstress its importance. Now, for the last method to stay safe, it's a rather simple one, and it's to enable file extension on your computer and check for dangerous file types such as .fx, .sfx. In Windows, you can do this by going to File Explorer, and then in that click View, and then enable file extensions. On Mac, you can go to Finder, Preferences, Advanced, and then click View File Extensions. That's all for today. Stay informed, stay safe.